Paul Hogan, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Darren. Good afternoon, viewers or listeners, as the case may be.
1983 Australian of the Year.
I've no idea.
You don't take any notice of what year what happens. No. As long as we're here today
But it
enjoying
was
ourselves.
sometime in the 80s.
Yeah. Was that a big honour? Was that a big thrill?
Trying to remember.
Obviously not.
I'm not
much.
an awards person.
No.
The award is tell something to people and watch them laugh.
Yeah.
If they laugh, you've killed them. If they don't laugh, it's a waste of time.
And isn't that a great thing to be doing, trying to make people laugh? I mean, I've tried over the years. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail.
I've heard that you've tried many times. Yes,
Still
hang in there.
Still on weekends, still having a crack.
Keep going, brother. Keep going. No, it's a wonderful way to make a living.
Yeah, isn't it? The show, you've been all around Australia. This is sort of your last port of call almost.
Well, I've been off Broadway, yes, but now I'm at the Princess Theatre, and that's the real McCoy. That's the theatre in the most theatre-going town in the country, where the critics will be the harshest, and the crowd will be the most welcoming. That's a mouthful.
For sure.
And I'm looking anything for a laugh.
The thing about Strop that I forgot, and I was brought back to my memory, was with the Kerry Packer's War series with the cricket.
Yep.
I forgot he was that involved with Kerry Packer and the introduction of the pajama.
Without him, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was him and Kerry. It wouldn't have worked without Kerry. They were the two.
Yeah.
Either one of them wasn't in it, we'd still be watching Test cricket, and we wouldn't be one days and bashes and coloured uniforms and all the stuff that revived cricket and brought in a whole new young audience. We'd be watching a Test match with about 11 or 12,000 people watching it, because that's how it was going.
Yeah,
till he
that's
got
right.
into it. Yeah, he turned that around.
And did he see, or did you see the series and the portrayal of him?
They sent it over to me. It was sort of okay. Yeah, it wasn't
just
bad.
okay. Was it what happened, or was it pretty accurate as to what
Pretty
happened?
much what happened. Yeah, the portrayal of the characters was, if you knew Kerry and you knew John, well, they were nowhere like either of them, and they were great mates. They were the funniest, oddest couple.
I know. I'd forgotten that they were associated together, as I said. But was Kerry a good bloke? Apparently, he was a funny man.
Kerry was. Everyone knows about his bullying and roaring and stuff, but he was okay. I mean, we were in London, and he was reaming some people at a particular meeting, and John called him aside and said, if you're going to carry on like that, Kerry, you can't knock around with me and Hogs. You're embarrassing. And Kerry went, oh, okay. Sort of said, you can't be in our gang. Because we were all going off to the dogs together.
Yeah, is that right?
I made him take his tie off.
He was
very reluctantly.
Apparently, he was a very generous man. You hear stories, I don't know whether they're urban myths or not, about, shouting, going to a pub and saying, if you've got a meal, I'll give you a $10,000 tip, and make sure you go and tell the pub down the road which said the food was off, sort of thing. Have you heard stories like that?
Oh, yeah, they're all true. It's sort of like threw money around. I remember when the ridiculous story about as ridiculous as me with the tax thing was when Kerry was the goanna and he was the drug dealer. Yeah. Because one of the reasons was that he had almost $1 million in a safe in his office, and it proved he must have had that much cash. Kerry dropped $1 million at the dogs. Really, it was sort of like
on the 4th at Dapto.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of. No, he was a great character, Kerry. I wouldn't want to work for him.
No,
he was a bit of a bullfrog.
Yeah,
but I never did work for him, so we all got on terrific.
I thought being a part of that show, you would have been sort of working for him.
No, we had a handshake deal with him, no contract.
Right.
And part of the deal we made was, leave us alone.
Is that right?
We just had a great relationship with Kerry. He could never work me out. And him and John were mates.
Well, you mentioned it too, the tax department, they couldn't work you out either.
No, they were ridiculous.
Yeah.
That way that went on. But I partially forgave them after I saw a couple of them lose their jobs.
You were the victor after all of that. I think Australians, as one, respected the way you fought back with all of that and just came on and said, well, hang on, this is the story right here. And
the whole thing was they were painting out like the rich people, they don't pay any taxes. And I don't know about the other rich people, but I paid enough tax to sort of repaint the city. And just getting caught up in all that and being dragged into it, even after the Crime Commission said, we're not even charging this guy, obviously, and after a 5-year investigation, and paying my costs to defend myself.
Yeah.
There's still a sort of it's still a cloud out there that thinks that, I didn't pay me tax, and because I'm rich and got some smart lawyers, I got away with it. And
Yeah.
that's sort of like, what can you do about it? Nothing.
Yeah, because we all have, and it's tough to get away with it. You're still here. You haven't been charged with anything.
No, never was.
Never were.
No.
Yeah.
I wasn't found not guilty. He wasn't even charged, but,
Speaking of